For decades, Charlie Chaplin built his career without saying a word. Even as Hollywood embraced sound cinema in the late 1920s, Charlie Chaplin continued making silent films, believing that stories told through expression and movement could be understood anywhere in the world. But in 1940, as dictatorship spread across Europe, Chaplin decided it was finally time to speak. By the 1920s, Charlie Chaplin had become the most famous film star on earth. His character, the tramp, was instantly recognisable: the bowler hat, the cane, and the small moustache. Through silent cinema, Chaplin created stories that crossed borders and languages, reaching audiences across the globe. When sound films arrived in 1927, most of Hollywood quickly moved on from silent cinema, but Chaplin resisted. Even years later, he continued making films without dialogue, including City Lights in 1931 and Modern Times in 1936. Chaplin believed that silent film was universal, that emotion and movement could connect people more powerfully than words. But the world around him was beginning to change. During the 1930s, dictatorship was rising in Europe. Adolf Hitler had taken power in Germany and fascism was spreading across the continent. Chaplin could not ignore the strange resemblance between his famous tramp moustache and Hitler's own. The similarity sparked an idea. Chaplin began working on a film that would openly mock dictatorship, titled The Great Dictator. In the film, he played two roles: a tyrant named Adolf Hitler, a clear parody of Hitler, and a humble Jewish barber. At the time, this was a bold move. The United States had not yet entered the Second World War, and many in Hollywood were cautious about criticising foreign leaders too directly. But Chaplin moved forward with the project. At the end of The Great Dictator, Chaplin's character, a humble Jewish barber, is mistaken for the dictator Adolf Hitler, and suddenly finds himself standing before a crowd expected to deliver a tyrant speech. Instead, Chaplin delivers something entirely different.
Give yourselves to these unnatural men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines, you are not cattle, you are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts.
The speech was unlike anything audiences had heard from Charlie Chaplin before. For decades, he had communicated through silence, gesture, and comedy. But in The Great Dictator, Charlie Chaplin chose to speak directly, not as the tramp, not as a character, but as a voice of warning for the world that was unfolding.